We'll do a quick demonstration with every piece of equipment, so please pay attention. Otherwise, you have no idea what the hell you're looking at tomorrow morning. That's a promise. You'll be texting me all like crazy. So, and if you don't have my phone number, by all means, Rebecca can get it over to you. So, just so you guys know, that's me in the picture. Red, orange, and yellow. That means I'm the warmest thing in there. Everything around me should be blue and black. Okay, so with that being said, it's going to fluctuate based on whatever's inside that screen. We're going to take me out of the picture, and now the orange is above. Right. Exactly. So you guys get the gist of how that works. So this is already recording video. You will hold this. You kind of like he was ready to jump the gun on me. So you see the red square on there? Yeah. That means that it's recording. With that being said, if you hit it, you're the jerk, and it takes me longer to get the data back. So make sure it stays a square. If it doesn't, I'm just giving you a hard time. Just let me know and hit it again. Hold it horizontal just like this all night. And you're a cameraman. That's what you're going to do. We're going to go into further detail of our first location, just so you guys know. It is haunted, but it does not have a long history. Choose a partner, sir. I put 2 people on this particular spirit box. Does everybody know what a spirit box is?
Yes.
No? Yes? It's okay if you don't. I'll explain it. Alright, perfect. So, spirit boxes are a way for us to communicate with the dead. Now, this is a radio sweeper. It's going to sweep through all of the radio stations at a very quick rate. These are slowed down. This is not your TV shows where it's nothing but white noise, okay? I want the radio DJs, the song lyrics, and the commercials to come through. So, and then we want to try to interpret if it's an actual message or not. So whatever you hear on this guy, that's why I'm putting you with another person. This one does not record, so I need the 2 of you to kind of verify what's actually being heard. So there's only one button you need to worry about. It's on the side of the speaker. You turn it up. You gotta hold it there to turn it up, and then you hold it down to turn it down. Very, very simple. And it's already sweeping at the rate that I need it to. All right, EMF meters. These are also very important. Scared cat. So, these are important because these actually tell us if anything is actually happening or not. Okay, so these actually measure 3 different types of electromagnetic fields. The first one is natural, it comes from the earth. That's why it's not doing anything. The second piece is from our cell phones, our electronics, parking meters. It's going to put it into a rhythm or a pulse. Okay, we don't want that either. We want this thing to go crazy. If this thing goes crazy and you can't figure out a rhythm, you need to speak up. It doesn't make any noise, it doesn't vibrate. It's all about you.
Okay.
You didn't have any of your...
What?
Your... I forget. Never.
Okay.
We have another spirit box. This one is a little different than the one they have because it records. This one will record the entire radio sweep, no outside noise, even when it's on mute. So, if you guys recall, when you guys got your audio back, there was no variation of volume. It's all one even volume. So that's the wonderful thing. So, I'm going to set this one up to record. Who's eager to use a spirit box?
I just want to use whatever's easiest to hold because I have bad hands.
Fair enough.
I don't want to drop your equipment.
That's good to know. Not that I'm not insured.
No, I just want to make sure, yeah. If I has like a wrist strap or something, even better.
I got something even easier than that.
Good.
All right. So, we're going to... Oh, no thing on this one.
Okay.
You have one button. It's a volume. You turn it up, you turn it down. It's already doing what it needs to do, and it's already recording. So you guys are going to get that full recording. What's the dynamic here? Who's what to who? Obviously, I know Rebecca and Simon.
I'm sister.
I'm Rebecca and Simon's son.
Okay, I knew
Nephew.
that. Nephew?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
his mom. Boyfriend.
Great.
Jenna.
Jenna.
Okay. Because I try to, like, when I have a group this size, I try to do everybody in pairs or, you know, something that's like that.
Let's just give her a place.
Oh, I'm not sad.
All right, you're actually going to have 2 instruments.
Oh boy.
But one of them
So-
you can pocket, but I need to
Okay,
explain what
good.
they are first. Okay, so with his thermal imaging camera, I like
Okay.
to debunk things. Let's go ahead and turn that thing down, just so I'm not screaming every time. All right, so we like to debunk or prove what's actually happening with the thermal imaging. Okay, we all know what this guy is, right? So this is obviously, oh, you want to know what the temperature of the ground is. So 38.3. It's only going to measure where the red dot lands. So I don't know what the temperature is between the gun and the red dot. So let's say Ace says, hey Nick, there's a blue spot on that wall. I'm going to measure it all the way across and make sure it's the same temperature. If it is, then we need to find out where that blue spot is.
Yeah, it's just because it's cold.
Now, the blue spot, this is for ambient temperature. Okay, it's going to measure from the probe at the top of this. This isn't that active. This is the one you can pocket.
Oh,
You're
okay.
looking at the bottom number when we do need to use it. But in the event I can't find that blue spot on the wall, we're going to literally use this guy and move it between Ace and the wall to try to find out where that blue spot is coming from. Does that make sense to everybody?
Cool. Yeah, it does.
Okay, so we're going to prove or disprove. But the red dot is a
Okay.
laser. You can blind people with that.
So I just need to point it, and
Yep.
that's it. Okay, easy.
That's it. That one.
And
Throw in your
this-
pocket for now.
And can this go in the pocket if I'm not actually using it at
Yes.
the moment? If my
That's
hand
what-
falls asleep? Okay, thanks.
They're
So I
alive.
guess I need to pay attention if you
Yeah.
see stuff.
All right.
Yeah, you two are by each other.
All right. Can you be responsible?
No.
Wait, good to me. I'm glad I already got mine. This is lightweight. It's perfect.
All right. That one aside for right now. We're gonna start with the other one. Just because I know Simon and Rebecca already used certain pieces of these, I'm trying to give them the stuff that they didn't get a chance to use. So this is the neuralizer for Men in Black. I'll need to stare at the center.
This is why you don't remember your San Augustine ghost story.
Exactly. This
I'm protected.
is these batteries are dying too, but you guys can see the green dots, right? I'm gonna put some new batteries in there. But the green dots, you can only see from the pen to the ground when something passes through it. Okay, so these are lasers as well. That's why I asked for responsibility. And you want to keep this pointed down always. Again, this will get Nick arrested. So hang on to that. We're gonna change your batteries at the first location. This guy, red squares. Lasers as well. So why do I have red squares and green dots? Because with the squares, if we catch something here, then I can put that in 3D software and we'll have a full 3D view of the apparition that we caught. And we can measure it, we can put it in pictures, we can do whatever the hell we want to with it. Pretty cool stuff, right? I make sure all lasers go to the same place so I know where they are. So you have both of those as well. We are going to get you some new batteries in the next location. All right, so Simon, you're going to kind of help out with that as well.
Okay.
So you're kind of double standard. I don't normally give this to teenagers because they don't know what it is. So
So he's making an exception for you.
now with this guy, there is no flash on purpose. We don't want false positives.
Yeah.
So go ahead and point that red one down for me, just so we can kind of get a gist. You're literally taking pictures through the laser. We don't want to be pointing down at the laser and just getting the squares. We want to go through it because we want to capture what's right here.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense? It will shut off on its own after, I don't know, about a minute or so. There's only 2 buttons, on and off, and then and that's right next to the shoot button. So because there is no flash, Simon, you have to be very, very still. Otherwise, everything will be blurry.
Yeah.
The photographs, just so you guys know, when we do catch things, which I have, those pictures go to my wife to be analyzed. Why? Because her degrees are in photography and graphic design. She designs all my stuff for me. So when I need stuff, it goes to her. The rule of thumb with the camera too, no faces. Well, you guys are all messed up, but try to keep faces out because you guys didn't sign waivers for that. That can be as many pictures as possible. I know you guys are all the same party, but I do post these to Facebook. So that's where you'll go for your, I put a link in your data to go over to the Facebook so it doesn't eat up my website's data page. So Facebook is free. I'm gonna use a few things myself, as you guys already know, so let me go over those real quick and then we will get this party going. I know I talk a lot, you guys gotta shut me up every once in a while. So,
No, you're just like me.
so I do have a backup EMF in case Z, in case hers goes dead, which obviously my batteries are draining. But I do use 2 different kinds of spirit boxes. The first one is going to give us a list of words right here in the center of the screen, and then it's going to save them to a list. So there were 70 out of my last tour. We're going to clear them out, get you guys started off fresh. 80% of this list is absolute bullshit. So it means absolutely nothing. It is up to me to find the 5 to 20% to find those words that are relevant. So I don't think I need to play the EVP for them, but the day that we got the baked beans breakfast on the next spirit box that I'm about to show you how it works, the word T also showed up, and then that spirit box showed us I'll fix you. So I want to say that was within like 10 minutes of each other. So we got a full sentence, I'll fix you, baked beans breakfast, and tea from 3 different types of spirit boxes. So, but the word T came up on that one, And the reverse spirit box is what you guys will hear on your regular audio that I'm already recording. So this guy works by, they took an audio of a man and a woman saying random words and flipped it backwards. That's all it is. I don't know how long the loop is, but it gives me a lot of stuff. So kind of give you the gist of what it sounds like. I'll go around the horn so everybody can hear. It's gonna sound like complete gibberish. So you get baked beans breakfast out of
One
it.
of our record players that broke, and we
You've
get
already
it to
heard
play
it
backwards,
before.
and we did this with a whole
So-
bunch of albums and heard all this creepy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so those are the tools I'm going to use
Yeah, we
on
put
me.
the,
This
like,
one stays
the-
open all night long so you guys can see the words as well. On your audio, I'll give you another kind of instructional piece. I kind of did that because I get a lot of text back. Of, like when I separate from y'all, and you guys will see that. Yes, I'm not going to leave you wholeheartedly out on your own through the streets of Charleston. But I'll kind of give you another instructional in the audio of like, hey, when you're listening to this, this is what you should be doing. So that's what you'll get from the audio. Now, you start here for a reason. As you guys know, well, some of you know, maybe, this place used to be called Big John's Tavern. Big John was a football player for the 1947 New York Giants, and he used to sit in the back of the bar and nod off to the bartender if the cadets that came over from the Citadel, if they were of age or not. One night, two guys come over, they're not of age. Big John says, get them the hell out of here. By the way, this story changed. I had to do some more research. So, with that being said, they get mad, they leave, they come back the next night, they try to steal the cash register. Big John sees what's going on, and they start a little rough and tumble on the ground. A couple of shots were fired. Big John gets shot in the neck. The bullet ricochets and lands in the wall. He gets up, he goes back to the bar, and says, get me a beer. Get him a
know what that
please.
is.
Is that flashing green?
No, I just pressed it.
Oh, I was just wondering if it was brighter than it
Will we
was.
walk towards it when we start going?
That's kind of right.
It is brighter than it was.
it's not.
Maybe it was just cold. I don't know. So anyway, I just told you a story where nobody died. So it's the bullet hole that haunts the place. It said
Okay, I
that
think
people
it's
sit in
just a
front of this
line in the
bar,
trees
so it's
right
a little
there.
please, dizzy, nauseous, really light, not feeling well type of things. So if any of you are feeling any of those things, I will need to know. It's a big deal. Okay? I've had people not make it through the store. I had a woman just the other night not make it
Hard
through the
because
store.
that happens to me.
Migraine hit her on one of my high EMF
Are y'all
spots.
talking about?
Nothing.
Zip it.
Funny. This is going to be a good time.
Zip it or I'll play the white noise.
Oh, nice.
I'll play the box.
So, I really need to know if any of you are not feeling well. It's a really, really big deal. Okay? So, another piece of history above your heads, there's a mantling that also goes around the front of the building. 1886, we had a great earthquake here, and allegedly this is where the first death occurred from that earthquake. I don't have any verifiable proof of that earthquake, and this is where the first death occurred, but of course many historians have told me the same story, so I have to think that there's some kind of validity to it. So, are you guys ready to go ghost hunting?
Yes.
You guys ready to start moving and get warm?
Yes.
Good.
I must ask you, where did you get this? I have an idea for.
At the top of your data page will be all of the tools and devices and apps that I use. So
Okay.
I get asked that question quite often. So, excuse us.
Hi. Eddie. Hold on. Oh my god, I do not like walking at night.
I know.
It's terrible.
I know. I'm sorry. Be careful.
I'm trying.
Pay attention where you go.
I'm trying.
Okay. Parking meter.
Don't watch that.
So, welcome to the Red Barn Loft. This is not a lot of history. There is just, I'm going to kind of go through the devices even further here with you one-on-one. This place is haunted. We do have your
What?
EMF.
What?
Look at your tool.
What about it?
It was going off.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. You need to actually use your
Yeah,
eyes.
pay attention.
Both of y'all, shut your face.
All right. So,
Oh my god, why is it doing that?
go over that. Because I told you the place is haunted.
Oh my god.
You're fine. You're right.
You're not gonna
This
get
is where we keep the horses for the carriage rides. Okay, the horses are still inside this barn, and if we are too loud, we will disturb them, and they will kick and scare the shit out of all of us, just so you guys know. So our spirit boxes, if you guys are going to be near those like open windows down there, you need to keep them at an audible level only. Those of you with lasers, there's 2 of you, keep the lasers off this building. That's the only thing I'll ask. As far as the history of this building, this is the same red barn where we kept the horses that delivered milk to Charleston. That's all I know. So, those are clues. So let's start with spirit boxes. Where's my spirit box teams? Alright, so spirit boxes, this is not your ghost hunting shows where we're going to provoke, hey Johnny, why'd you kill Billy? Okay, that's not what this is. Okay, we're going to ask questions first off that are non-yes or no questions. Okay, so we're going to stay away from yes and no questions. Too easy to mistake it for something else. You're going to ask questions that you know the answers to. What color is this barn?
Red.
Red, right. It's unmistakably red. So you're going to say, what color is the barn? And I'm giving you an example, of course. You're going to wait about 30 seconds. If you don't get an answer, ask again. Give them time to
I was
gonna say, what if we-
actually give us the
sorry.
answers.
You get out, like the
There you
heat
go.
out of the picture.
I'm gonna murder them
What happens
if they
if
don't
you
pay
take
attention.
Elizabeth
They
out?
will.
Oh, we're paying attention.
Because I'm going to need them separately anyway. So with the spirit boxes, in the event that you still don't hear an answer, which there's only one answer at this point, the color red, if you don't get that after 3, maybe 4 tries, move on to another question. What's inside the barn?
Nice.
Now, we all know that there's horses inside the barn, but they were delivery horses for milk. Calcium is another word. They're draft horses. These are all words that open up another way that they can communicate with us. I'm giving you very simple things to listen for to try to put these clues together. Now, I'm making it easy for you here because the next location, I'm not going to give you the answers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's almost going to be kind of like a quiz of like, hey, you can ask these sets of questions and see what kind of answers you come out of. At the end of before we leave that location, of course, I'll give you the answers. So with the spirit boxes, you guys can definitely start wandering around. Keep those at an audible level to you only, to whoever's working with them. We don't want to disturb those ponies because there's still people working in here, so they're trying to. Are those lights on? Yeah. So those lights are on. They're still cleaning up and things like that, so we don't want to disturb them. EMF meter, that thing's going off because there's nothing underneath us that can make it go off. And we're too far away from either one of the buildings, from our electricity, from those buildings to make it go off. So somebody's trying to come through. That's why that's going off.
Nope.
Shut it. Do you have a better explanation?
Nope.
No, she doesn't disbelieve. She just doesn't want.
She doesn't want anything near her. Which is also why it depends. So I usually look for my person that's either afraid or a skeptic. Do I have skeptics here, by the way?
Got it.
Yes.
Only mildly.
That's
I
what we
just
did
want
talk
more
about.
proof. I've had experiences though, so I believe. I just don't know why I can't see them.
We're going to give you more proof.
Got it.
Good.
All right, so spirit boxes, go ahead and wander. As far as lasers and the camera,
That's about I can't use
lasers down.
this.
You don't need to cross the streams. I know a bad Ghostbuster joke, but it works here. These are side by side, and I will get you more batteries after I'm done
That's
with
what's
the
going on. I
10
bet you that's
So,
what's going on.
Yeah.
I think I got it.
temperature
Do
channel.
you see anything?
And again, I have nothing on me to make that thing go off. People accuse me of that all the time. You'd be surprised. So,
Do you want to
let's
see what he sees?
Yeah. Tell me.
What? What is it?
You
What
see
is it?
It's not moving.
Yeah, it's not moving.
So I'm going to guess
So
it's that piece of
something
metal.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be colder. That makes sense.
Okay, so we're looking for those blue and black spots to
Yep.
move, which is a good catch.
Gotcha.
But we're going to kind of wander over to that wall a little bit just so we have a flat surface.
Yeah.
See,
Come on.
you can come too.
I did catch something, but I don't know if it's exhaust, but I wanted you to look at it if I can see it better when we're over here now. We may have to walk back over there.
What the hell?
Yep.
Come
Oh, it's
on.
going off more. Haha.
Did you see anything? Did you see anything?
Hold on.
Well, it might be kind of far away because you're
Yeah.
going to catch all that air in between.
Yeah.
So let's get you a little bit more detail of what to look for. So go ahead and point your camera at the wall and tell me what you see. Should be mainly one color.
Yeah.
Okay. Mainly one color.
Mainly.
So watch what happens when I get in the screen.
Yep.
You should have a fluctuation of color now.
Yeah.
You have a pretty large group here, which is nice.
Yeah.
You want to try to keep a person in view at all times. Why? Because our skin temperature is going to be the warmest thing. You're going to use that as a base
Right.
temperature. Okay, so let's get your gun and shoot that wall for me, and then you guys tell me the 2 different temperatures that you have.
Is that fine right there?
Yep.
47.6.
46 point. It's fluctuating. 46.0, 46 point.
Yeah, this is fluctuating a tiny bit, but it's staying between like 1 and 4. 47.1, 47.4.
Because normally the camera is higher. So what I usually say is if that goes below what your gun says by like 5 to 10 degrees, then we obviously have something going on.
46.7 down here.
Yeah, it's a 44. It keeps dropping. 44 point.
So really what your job is to help him try to decipher what he's looking at.
Gotcha.
So foliage gets hard with the gun because foliage has air moving
Sure.
around it and it's, you know, brittle and all kinds of stuff. So you have things moving around it.
Right.
It's a weird sound.
Yeah.
It's a really weird sound. But you have a bunch of different types of material in here, guys. You have metal, asphalt, cars, all kinds of things. Here's what I'll ask you about the laser.
Yes.
No cars.
Gotcha.
No cars,
feel
no
like-
businesses.
Yeah. No windows or anywhere you can accidentally catch
You
a
can
person.
probably set a car alarm off with
Yeah,
my lasers.
totally
So,
cool. I'm like keeping it pointed down just so I don't
Appreciate
accidentally,
that.
and then as soon as I'm gonna do it, I like get it on the ground and then lift it. Is that
Yeah, whatever you got to do to
very
keep you out
careful?
of jail.
I used to work with lasers, and you have to wear glasses for them. I don't want to
yeah.
mess anybody up.
Alright, so let me get some new batteries in her laser gun. So I can,
Cool.
you guys are going to see how bright that guy is. And then I want you to also keep in mind too, we have 4 spirit boxes running and 2 pieces of audio. So we're going to have 3 people asking questions, and that answer can go anywhere. It can go to your audio, my audio, or any of the 4 spirit boxes that are running. So have fun with that.
So are we looking for this to go really up into that orange, red?
Not necessarily.
Doesn't
Any
necessarily-
activity at all.
Oh, okay.
You kind of have to gauge to see if there's a rhythm. Green, and see if it goes up and down. So we almost have some of the rhythm. Now, I don't
Gotcha.
know where it's coming from because again,
Should we
you're
be turning
standing-
our cell phones off, or is
Nope.
that going to matter? Okay.
My cell phone would have to be touching this thing in order for it to give it a
Gotcha.
rhythm. Our cell phones do not give off that much EMF.
So it's
Now
not
you put this behind your TV where all the wires and everything's plugged in,
Sure.
it's going to go straight to red and hold.
Makes sense.
So if that kind of gives you the gist of how sensitive this device
Yeah.
is.
So,
Like with that little bit, I have no idea where it's coming from.
it's interesting how the center is colder
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to try to figure out what that 49?
So, do I know where it's coming from? No. Do I see it?
Okay.
It's been doing that.
Yeah. I guess. Tell me when my hand is near the center.
That same time.
No.
Like when I'm close to that cold spot.
See the silhouette even.
Uh huh.
What? What?
Yeah.
So is it moving?
A little bit. Yeah.
So where should I point?
Down some. Right there. What's the temperature?
44.9.
It's 48, 47.
So if the camera drops below what the gun says, it's obviously in the air, not on the surface.
Yep.
45.1.
Hey.
Or oats?
in the barn, and then like immediately after that was
Hey, nuts.
Which one?
Hey, we'll take it.
Oh, good. Hold on a second.
Yes, the barn, but it only happened once.
I thought I saw a jump, but I didn't.
No, this. Yep, right there.
It's totally moving.
It's moving. Yeah.
And it's not connected to where the light is, right?
I don't think
It's over
so.
this
It's
side.
over there.
So it's not the light causing you heat. Yeah, can you get closer? Is it covered?
This thing will shoot all the way
No,
up
it
your
just
face.
made it warmer.
Yeah, but it's still moving in the
Yeah, it's moving. It's right here now.
45.5.
you know, but if it's a pattern that there's
46. What are you getting? Temperature?
48.
So close. Wait, he said if the gun, if the, I'm using this right now. I held it up. I didn't want you to think I was gonna. He said if the camera is lower, it's normal. It's just air.
Yeah, the
So
camera's higher.
if the camera is, wait a minute, we're looking for the camera to be higher.
I think so.
Okay, like I'm trying to remember how
Maybe
this
have to
works.
come over and look at
Yeah,
it.
we'll ask him. Still there.
Yeah, it's right
I
there.
think I paid about 25 bucks. So you're looking at about
Am I next to it?
Yeah, you're right next to it.
the other one, way more. First off, you're gonna second off the speaker on is amazing. There's no attachments.
It's not gonna hunt. It's an experience.
Yeah, I'm still getting about 45.
Even still,
I find the scared children.
but you're looking at about $90 for the one you guys use.
All right, behind
I
you.
love that. Let's take them there. That one's just an add-on.
It's like me taking a selfie with a ghost.
Yeah, I wish it.
Again, take as much pictures as you want. What's he doing? And then we can along the way if you want to stop and take pictures. Just make sure it's there.
I did get a little weird feeling for a second, but I don't know if that's in my head or not.
St. Philip?
It's sort of spreading out a little now. Sideways.
Yeah.
We are right underneath the window.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah. I heard him kicking. Where's the other spirit box? Where are they? There we go. Oh, I know that. It starts.
I can't use it on the building, but I still want to see this. The wind, oh, that's like a metal gray. Okay, that's why that's coming out.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything with your naked eye?
Not really. A little bit, but not anything clear.
Nothing clear.
Ah, it's not picking it up now.
Huh.
Oh, wait. There it is.
Okay, so there's a flap.
And I see that, and that's what I was wondering if it was the drainage.
But it's
Oh,
not
there it
like
is.
Seeing something else.
much different than that. But it is like a little flap on there.
Actually, that's what I was wondering if it was the airflow from
Yeah, where that hole is. Where that little cutout is.
See it.
And that's where, and that's what I
This
was
spot is
recording
where
when
it
it was.
keeps
It
going.
keeps going off that when she was standing at earlier.
Again, I've looked at the old maps of this to see like what's underneath here. It's just sewer
Do you
line.
get anything if you look down, or is that even useful? Okay. With
It
the camera, I
depends.
mean.
So with the camera, some of the things that I've caught with that are thermodynamics in reverse.
Oh.
So what does that mean? That means that if he's got it pointed at the ground just because I'm talking and he's not paying attention, we'll actually see the ground heat up very quickly, which means that there's a cold spot generating very quickly somewhere else. So if you catch that, and I've caught that several times, which is really cool. And I tell
Yeah.
people, if you start to see an area
thing is
heat up
going
pretty
off
quickly,
crazy.
don't lose sight of it because you don't know where the cold spot is.
Right.
So don't start fluctuating the camera. Keep
Okay.
it focused on that heat spot because that's still enough data and proof
Yeah.
that something else is going on. All right, you three, let's gather up. So here's what I'm going to tell you about our next spot. We've been having some trouble with the homeless there. So we go into the next lot that we're going to. We're going to be quiet going in, so no spirit boxes on, no lasers flashing in the corners. There are two guys sleeping to the right of us. We're going to go over to this lot over here, and we're going to go to the front of the lot, like more closer to East Bay Street, and we're going to stick to the top half. They can get grumpy, especially if we're noisy or if we have lights flashing on them. They're trying to sleep. They've been doing really good about keeping the homeless out there, but they're still there every night for the past 2 weeks. So
Be inside. It's cold. Makes
I
me
know,
sad.
but they've got nowhere to go,
Yeah.
and they're not exactly on a normal level.
We can't operate the warming shelter since COVID.
Yeah.
What?
Awful.
Oh, come on. There's
I can see
solutions.
your face going on.
Shut your face. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
All right, you guys ready to go learn some history now?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna head this way.
Someone hold me.
Between the like worry of falling and the
Yeah.
fear of
In the sleeping
Oh,
room.
wait, what happened? No,
No?
no, it was me. I did something. I pushed buttons on the phone.
the recording.
Yeah, it's recording. No, I pushed the power button apparently, so it was like power off or restart, and I was like, nope, we don't want to do that. We need to keep it going here. Good. That thing is going off like crazy.
You may have gotten the wrong piece of equipment. Oh no, go.
Step up to me. Watch out right here, Billy.
What are you pointing at? Just the puppies?
Yeah.
Are we on dirt now?
No, we're on. Yeah, it's kind of.
Shoes with lights.
Hey, this guy, too, so I have never done it.
Friends that I told you all about are directly along this wall, straight to the back. So we're going to try to stick to this front half. So, Baked Beans Breakfast that I was telling you all about, that's where this has occurred. I did not show the temp team the video that I caught here. Did I show you guys that? Did I have that video yet? I
Yeah,
caught
that
two
thing is
spirits
going
in the corner. With the thermal imaging camera? Oh. Okay, I'll show it to everybody here in a minute. Alright, so Charles and Eliza Pinckney. This is an interesting site because who were they? Had traffic. So they had a son named Charles, they had a nephew named Charles. The son and the nephew were signers of the Constitution. Okay, so the son was obviously raised here. It's 2020 politics, let's move on. I don't want to discuss them. So Eliza married Charles at a young age because her father thought he was dying over in England and he wanted all his kids from her. So she didn't want to go. She got married. Gave her citizenship, but it pretty much granted her to stay here in the States. So once Dad got better, he started sending her gifts over from England. One of those gifts happens to be the plant indigo, which already has a deep culture here in Charleston, from our Gullah culture. She owned slaves that knew how to cultivate this plant and keep it in our obviously weird weather for being in the South. So with that being said, she turned it into a huge cash crop after basically experimenting with it here and moved it over to Steve Farm in Mount Pleasant. Now, Eliza has done a ton of things for Charleston and the colonies. But I'm just skimming the top so you guys have enough questions and things to look for on your devices and, obviously the thermal imaging camera. So there's a few weird things you should know about Eliza that hopefully we'll find out through our spirit boxes and things like that. So also keep in mind too that there's 4 spirit boxes running and 2 pieces of audio. My audio and the camera over there also has audio. If we're asking questions, the answer can go anywhere. It happens often. I'll be asking questions to another family member. If somebody turns around and says, "What's the blue brick?" I'll say, "What's the significance of this location?" And you will refer to the brick somewhere else. It's more verifiable evidence that this place is haunted. No, blue brick isn't a real thing. I use it as an example because it's a color and it's very significant. But Eliza was the second wife named Eliza from Charles, back to back. Way to go, Chuck. So,
Not a bad memory. You need to keep it simple.
Eliza goes by her maiden name, Eliza Blank Pinckney. Now, the first Eliza did the same thing, Eliza Blank Pinckney. Both maiden names start with the letter L. That's all I'm going to give you. So you can ask all you want to what the maiden name was. Somebody's not happy.
Good Lord.
What in the world?
Unnecessary.
Welcome to the weekend after Christmas.
Everybody's just
Right?
angry.
We are not going to ask about Eliza and Charles' children. Why? Because we start poking around with that and a tragedy comes about, all activity will stop. We're not even going to bother. So I'm not even going to give you any facts about any of the kids. We're going to see what happens. As far as the mansion that we're standing in, you can find out what happened to it. Why is it not here anymore? This is a new fact for you. You can find out anything you want to about her death, how old she was, where she died, where she buried, how old she was, and which U.S. president was a pallbearer at her funeral. So that's a new one. You guys probably didn't know that one before, and I learned that through the tours after yours. And I've gotten that EVP 4 times. And it's not just the first or last name, it's the full name. So you can ask which pallbearer was which U.S. president was a pallbearer at her funeral. That's an interesting one. So there is a light that flickers on the back of Five Church Restaurant. Now normally when it is on, it is not tonight. It's to the right of the one that we can see. But it usually flickers in time with Z's EMF meter. You can hold it up like you're going to take a selfie with it, and it will flash in time with the EMF meter.
That's great.
It is not flickering tonight. That's kind of my barometer of how much activity we're going to get. Since it's not on at all, I can't really give you that answer. So if it was kind of a weak blink, I could say we're probably not going to get much. Let's spend 5 to 8 minutes here and move on. But with that being said, it's not on at all. I can't tell. So
I think it's gonna go crazy. So
it is going crazy.
Yeah.
Now I will tell you that in this location, I've been doing this tour for 1.5 years. 4 times I've walked through this place, 5 times maybe, where that EMF did absolutely nothing. So take that for what it's worth. Again, they're not doing an archaeological dig on the ground that you're standing on. They're about to put a commercial hotel here. I don't know when, but it's a parking lot now. I know, I take it all the prettiest sites in Charleston. So I'm going to be doing my own session. Oh, you guys wanted to see that video. So I did capture all kinds of words too, which is interesting. Alignment, century, near death, tall. I don't know how tall Charles was. I'll have to look that up. So let me show you guys that video.
I'm impressed by my height.
How tall are you?
5'10". Average height for women there was like 4'11".
Yeah.
You gotta be all up there.
Yeah. And it's always funny when you go to like old buildings, especially like colonial, like when I grew up north, we went to some colonial village, I don't know if you ever, and you have to duck through all the toll gates. It's so low.
You go on an old ship, you're like,
There's 2 living people going by, past the wall, across the room. So 2 dead people. So again, there's always a person in view. Remember before, I told you to try to keep a person in view, and that was just the 3 of us.
Do you see anything? I'm having feelings.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know what it means because I'm not in touch enough.
Yeah.
But feeling eerie.
Yeah.
Not icky like sick, like he said. Just like
Yeah.
chills, but not
Yeah, my
like.
spidey senses are going off crazy, and I'm freezing, so that kind of shit.
What's coming off crazy?
I call it my spider sense. My
Oh,
spidey
your
sense.
spidey sense. Well, maybe I'm feeding off you a little bit, but I'm feeling like sort of a nervous excitement, anxiety feeling, weird.
That's
eerie.
Elizabeth. That's Elizabeth.
Oh yeah.
The nervous excitement. Oh, wait.
Maybe yeah.
Down that corner, there's 2 living people right there. You see their heads? There's 2 dead
It moved really quickly, but it recorded it. It was right behind Elizabeth.
I've had mechanics, firemen,
about
everybody else
Diane
try to analyze this video.
Are you talking about dying on the ground?
Caught 2 ghosts.
No, like
It is what it is.
Yeah.
They all say it. I
what I
haven't had
thought.
any interpretation.
You know, there's people walking down there.
From people that use
No,
that.
it wasn't. No, it was.
Well, no, I'm just saying it'll interrupt your.
That happened.
No, it was
I didn't get a
good.
chance
It
to
was
show
all
them.
good.
How funny is that? They're going using
But
the
you
dance
didn't see them walk through. I just saw
Yeah,
their
yeah, I
orange
saw
pop
them
up.
walk
That's
through.
why I was
That's up
telling
for
you.
them. You guys get the special treatment.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the wall behind us.
Uh-huh.
There's 2 living people walking past it. You see those 2 heads? Okay, so now we're going to fast forward. 2 dead people going the opposite way. 1, 2.
Yeah.
So that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. So before everybody moved, there was something right behind it. No, there's something right here.
You sure it wasn't a shadow?
No, it wasn't a shadow.
Okay. And did you say anything on the video so I know where to mark it?
Yeah.
All right, so in here, feel free to obviously get an array of things. If people come in trying to go to their cars, you're just holding a phone.
Yeah.
Okay, people get weird about cameras in their cars
Yeah.
down here, as we all would be. So just at that point, just kind of hold it down like you guys are just chit-chatting. Somebody's going to their car. We don't want anybody thinking that hey, we're trying to
Video
break into
recording.
anybody's
Yeah, I'm
cars.
just trying to get everyone all freaked
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
neighbors so angry and loud.
These 2 things back here, but I think it may be the shadows.
Yeah. So shadows are obviously going to be a
Yeah.
few degrees colder
Yeah.
because they're not hanging on to light.
Yeah.
So But you got a good eye.
Yeah.
We'll see what comes out of it.
What are you seeing? I'm seeing a few things. Myself, but nothing's coming through.
The little bouncy. Is there an object out there that's doing that?
Where?
Well, when you had it down lower, I saw something bouncing.
So this one's caught here.
You're not gonna see. See where the dark in the middle? See
Yeah.
on the right, there's something looks like it's bouncing up.
Things like this. See how all the dots are still?
It's only slightly
This
going
one is
up.
not.
Okay, so I
Wait,
just
what's that
like
movement?
shine it and see.
I don't know.
Right.
Oh.
You want to try to keep
Yeah.
it as still as possible.
Like I saw
This
some
one
warm
is
movement, but
still-
I don't see any people.
There it is.
Okay, so some of that's the building maybe where it's open in the front? Is
Yeah.
that what's going on?
Yeah.
Because this is must be not as insulated or not as warm. Maybe they don't have the heat on it in the front. It does. But that's warm, so it's not a good. Okay, I know, but why? See, but it's like the window, or is it the tree?
It's a tree.
Oh, it's the tree. See, you
It's
show
the
it?
tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I know what you're looking at. Now I have a better idea.
Where?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first.
That's the car.
Okay.
So stand still and walk around.
Yeah, it's just cars. Oh, person.
What'd you just ask me? Mr. Garden.
Oh.
See anything like zip when the light, the dots move, like flash through? Looks like big.
Those are real big.
People up?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you see what we think the shape of a person for a second? Okay, ask her something. When he's right behind him.
Yep.
I don't know if that's just the way that the ground and the gate came up or what.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not like hovering for no reason, you know, I'm just
No,
watching.
no, it's fine.
Let me know if I'm in your way. Oh, that's a good idea to change the angle.
Got it.
Hey, at least she's
Yeah,
shining.
yeah.
Can you say
Yeah.
something so we can mark it? Oh, she moved into
Yeah.
it. It's still there on the ground. All this dark, what is all
Why do I
this?
always have that camera pointed over near me?
I was actually pointing near Rebecca,
What is your
but
temperature? You got it?
mine, hold on, 34, 33,
Yeah.
same, yeah.
You heard anything, Clue?
Too much.
When I heard Rebecca and she asked the question, this thing goes bad.
Yeah, I was recording while y'all were doing that.
Huh?
I was recording while y'all were doing that. I was looking right at y'all.
Yeah.
What did you grow here, Liza?
Oh, Liza. Oh, my God. 100% because that meter is going off.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and I keep. It's not the meter. There's something right there.
Like that little glittery
Uh-huh.
shadow kind of thing. Do you want me to do the wall? Wait, could that be our shadows? See the shadows? Look with your naked eye.
No. Yeah, our shadows aren't.
Or not ours, theirs. Theirs.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, I can't quite tell what you're talking about. Because every time I see it on here, I look with my naked eye and see what's there.
Okay, you see the dot moving?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. So where the dot is?
Wait a minute.
Right up against the wall.
Is that dot?
Uh-huh.
Not, normally there's not a dot.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Nick?
And it's not the meter.
Hey, Nick. What is this little dot?
It's not the meter. See the dot? It's been
It's sort of
moving
dancing
around
all
in
over
that
the place.
location.
That's the dot from the
Is it
lights of the
meter?
EMF.
Is it the meter?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. That's good to know.
That's what I thought, but just double check.
I asked what she painted, what she or something like that, and I heard blue. Close, but
Yeah. I kind of thought it was that meter, but I'm like, no,
Yeah,
let
it's
him
good to
come and
know,
look
so
at
we
it.
can be sure. Okay, wait.
Oh,
I could have sworn I just saw a dark thing move.
yeah, right.
Okay, that's part of a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives me a better perspective to keep people in, like you said. It's good
like
to
you
keep
said, that makes
people
a lot
in
of
the view.
sense.
Okay, I know what I'm seeing.
I think I'm going to skip the next location because it hasn't been that active these past few weeks anyway. And it's cobblestones and a little further away. So I think I'm going to skip it to get us to
Probably a good idea.
reach out. So
I can't feel the ground, so I have to guess.
yeah, we're gonna skip that altogether.
Yeah.
So my wife is disabled
Okay.
and she wears braces to walk.
I probably should, but
She has like those plastic ones that
Yeah.
go up to her knees.
yeah.
And she has
I
drop
have an
foot.
AFO, but I don't like it, so I don't wear it.
She doesn't have a choice. She can't really get.
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna if I don't get my shit together.
well, she's my breadwinner. She's she's a retail manager. She's
That's
on her
awesome.
feet all the time. So if she didn't have, because she has drop foot, so when she raises her leg,
Same.
whoop, yep,
Yep,
done.
same.
There's
What
nothing
was
there.
hers from?
She has CMT,
Okay.
so she is like maybe
My
100
dad
pounds.
has that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
My dad has that.
No, I had
So-
Guillain-Barré and I just have severe nerve damage.
Okay.
Oh, I see that.
Well, I noticed a little slower walk. It wasn't that I'm prying. I'm trying to help.
So I appreciate you asking. Yeah. Kind of to the left of that parking stone, I got like. We're gonna skip the cobblestone bumpy. Like I still could have had it, but not like in a cold way. I don't know if that means anything or if I'm just looking.
There's plenty of activity. I'm telling you.
Where's that other spirit box? What are you guys hearing over there?
Let me see if that happens again.
So I get that term a lot, but it's wrong. It was from the Great Fire of 1861. That was not a hammer.
there was a. I asked her how many pounds ever
Uh-huh.
I don't know if maybe I'm supposed to give a draft or something.
Tell Nick.
What?
Tell Nick.
Don't move?
No, tell Nick.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Tell Nick.
Oh. Well, I don't know if that's anything. It's just keeps running into me. I'm not like speaking.
They honestly don't know what started this. I have no idea what started. I should know. They're like super detailed on their camera. I'm loving this. They're getting stuff. That's why I gave them that. I
What
was
it-
told that ahead of time.
What? Oh, that I can see stuff? Yeah.
Eliza, what started the fires in your house?
I saw you.
else weird out of the camera that you guys need me to debunk?
Nothing too much,
I'm
maybe.
gonna ask one more question. Okay.
Dear Miss Eliza, what did you grow in your garden?
Laundry.
I feel like laundry grows too, Miss Eliza.
Yes, Dad does.
Well, we do use it for blue dye for blue jeans.
They probably hung the clothes out to dry.
Eliza, can you tell us your full name?
Dear Miss Eliza, what is your middle name?
Or maiden name?
That was something.
I heard some.
Yeah, but you don't.
It's a polite custom to do.
We were saying Miss Eliza.
Hello, Miss Eliza. Hope this finds you in good company.
Since my last note.
How did you die?
Per my last email.
Dearest Eliza, I write this from Wintry,
Stand back here.
Ready for the answers? Alright, so so it was Eliza Lucas.
Jenna, come here. Alright. See right behind him? Where he's standing?
Yes.
Where you were standing? Right here?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
What else did I have? Eliza
Yeah?
Stephanie from breast cancer.
Keep moving.
Hanging out with me?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's sort of. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Mhm.
33.
Yeah. Just take it right there.
Here?
Nope. A little closer in to the group.
Oh.
Right there. What's the temperature?
It's all been about 33 something.
It just jumped up.
Oh, so the cars are here.
Second story.
So that part of the house is right here.
The house went all the way across. The garage was over there. And then Eliza's garden went up to that left tree over there, went all the way across, and then back to the front of the thing. That was what circle.
So in the house, that was the garage, the area where I was feeling.
It's a possibility. I can't tell you whether it's going to work or
Yeah, I'm
not.
feeling. Watch me be able to feel animal spirits and not people spirits. That would be me. That would be just typical. We're gonna be feeling dead
Still
horse.
working within the same amount of time.
It's cool, Nate.
It's been quite a bit of time over here. And there is quite a bit going on up near the Powder Magazine. Like there's like 5 major stories up there. So we're actually going to try to take the quickest way there for the least amount of steps. Without trudging through. We could probably go this way by the bicycle and go up Rafer's Alley. Go up that way.
Which make cobblestones look like so silly.
So I think we're gonna go this way. I think it'll be the shortest, quickest way instead of going down. So let's try that way.
Everybody hold on.
You okay? I got you. The divot right there. You walked around it so you would. I told you to look out for the divot. What you think? Trippy. Yeah.
We're broke. I'm just saying. We don't have a fucking fish. Cool.
Western actually has a pretty gay population. It's a gay, in the city, a big gay population.
Yeah?
Yes, I need a trigger.
You know that, like,
Yes.
100p7
So-
gay ass history. It's like they flock to the big cities.
Step down. Oh, gosh. Tried to warn you.
Seriously.
Love creation. Love decreation.
It's so cute down here.
Leather.
It's really cute down here.
Alright, step up. And just step down.
You good? You need another hold on?
Always. Step up.
You know, right now, with the beat it down to where it takes more. I know it's warm.
You
Okay, warm.
okay?
I'm starting to feel like I should wear it on. Did you just get a little something? Got real
Yeah, that
dizzy.
thing is going off. Hey, Nick!
I got a really creepy feeling in this one spot where he said the garage was before, but it wasn't like physically ill. It was just like
Nick!
chill bumps in a not cold way, and sort of this weird thing. But I can't tell if I'm feeding off people's emotions or not.
I know, right?
Especially since I know that you're freaked out.
Huh?
It's so fun. It's like, ooh, this thing.
She got dizzy and the EMP started going off. Like, majorly.
Yeah, I'm good.
She's like, okay.
Okay now?
Maybe it's feeding off of you.
Huh?
I'm joking. I'm up the meter, baby.
And the lights going all wonky now.
Yeah.
Like I can feel my eyeballs.
Yeah, that's a weird feeling. Every time that happens, I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to fall. Sorry. We're both going down.
You okay? Okay, we'll step right the thing right here.
Oh, sorry, baby.
It's okay. Kill needle watch and I step into a hole.
I was looking down when I did that. So here's a mail to you, Rob. You look cute as. I'm not your shape. You're just adorable. Am I right?
Huh?
Her on the thermal thing.
Yeah,
She looks adorable.
she does.
How does that even? I don't know. I was just like, oh my god, look how cute. She's just like your shape. I don't know. It's just adorable.
Doing okay?
Here we go. Okay, let's stop here. Hand cold?
Do you need a pocket? Put it in. I'm so glad I found these gloves.
Between my legs. Mm-hmm. Nice warm
I
spot.
also have a built-in hand warmer up here. But the best way would be just to warm up both the hands in the one nice spot. That will help make it feel so much
See,
better.
there you go.
One in each.
Okay, so there's two.
Two hands, two warm spots.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah, there's some streets that are like
Pretty,
all that.
but
way
dangerous.
So.
Just in case you catch anything.
Some kind of specific.
Uh-huh.
You know the one that's on. What is it called? Palmetto?
Yeah.
Something? Okay. I'm gonna push. Okay, so that's one. What?
There's stuff under the tree here, so that's.
What's the tree? Oh, okay. What's the South Carolina tree? Derecha. It is. A palmetto palm. Okay. Knew there was more to that.
Breather?
Okay.
We're gonna get you a place to sit.
Okay. Actually, I could go for it, but my back is screaming at me.
Do some jumping jacks.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
Where's your pants at?
So, you guys take a ghost brush before. No? Just me. Twice.
You sitting?
I'm good.
My
Okay.
ego just went
Squeeze
this
my
big.
hands.
Like tourists go to we didn't have to see where I grew up.
What are you going to do down there? Williamsburg.
I did Asheville with a friend.
So I have this little cage in here, so hopefully you guys will be able to hear me since we're in a more popular area. Alright, so all the other ghost tours like to go up to that gate because there's a sign just past the gate that says there's no ghost at St. Philip's except for the Holy Ghost. There's a reason for that. Of course there's a reason for that, because they don't want guys like me hanging around. But in 1888, there was a young lady named Sue Howard Hardy that died 10 days after her stillborn child. 1987, we had a local photographer taking a bunch of pictures around town, captures a full apparition, a woman wearing a shawl and a baby basket next to her over that grave.
Wow.
1987, a Photoshop, no cell
Yeah.
phones. He sends it to Kodak to try to debunk the picture. They can't debunk the picture.
Wow.
I don't show the picture on my tours because it's cursed. Of course it is. So I'm very superstitious. There's a lot of females here. So that being said, females that hold the picture can feel the same symptoms that I told you about back at Big John's. Okay? Women that are pregnant holding the picture probably won't have a good pregnancy. I'm not getting that phone call 9 months later. That's not me. I'm not that guy. So other stories. Now the building that we just passed, the brick building down there, that used to be called Bocce's Restaurant. Bocce's left town because that building is too haunted. Again, you guys know I'm hoping to start a store in the next few years.
You want that building?
I want that building.
Yeah.
Because the upstairs has apartments that I'll rent out to 10 people at a time for
That's
$500.
brilliant.
But the doors don't stay locked. Mirrors fall off walls but don't break. So take that for what it's worth. My theory on that, because I've dealt with mirrors and scrying and all of that, is that when something is coming through a portal like that, it's holding it together even though it caused it to move. So the fact that it didn't break shows me that there was something coming through that held it together. So that's my theory. Go with it, don't go with it. Let's see what else we have here. So, two sides of the different
What-
cemetery.
you want some
Okay,
what?
so we have the eastern
About
side
the
over here.
mirrors.
This is for the native Charlestonians only. Okay, John Calhoun is buried on the other side because he's not a native, so he's not originally from here. So they moved him several times. If you want to go see his sarcophagus, it's above ground. You can see it. Now, just past that, everybody see the lamp down there?
Yeah, it's flickering.
That's the pirate house. Okay, somebody does live there, which is why we're not going all the way up there. Okay, the pirate house is where Blackbeard's men would come in off their ships, and they would have a drink, meet with a few girls, and then they dug a tunnel from the pirate house 1 block away over to Dock Street Theater. Now, they'd go catch a show. We filled in that tunnel. The tunnel was legit. There was a rumor that Blackbeard's treasure was buried there, yada, 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 but we all know it's in North Carolina. So, Blackbeard never set foot here. He wasn't buried his treasure here. So, I'll tell you all of these different sides of the story because Dock Street Theater ties into St. Philip's, the big steeple you guys see here. Now, this used to be Dock Street. That's when we had the original theater, then we turned it into Planters Hotel, and then back to Dock Street Theater that we know now. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind. This is Church Street now because St. Philip's was the only building that couldn't move when they widened the road. So if you notice, it goes around the church.
Yeah.
So it does go into a full half circle on the other side.
Wow.
There was a young lady that worked here at the church named Nettie Dickerson that she was past the marrying age of 17. Nobody wanted to marry her. She was 23, poor girl. So she sees all the prostitution going on down at Planters Hotel, where Dock Street Theater is now, and she goes down there and gets herself a job. She's the best loved girl in the place. However, she's still unhappy. So, what is
Nick,
she?
it just said your name.
It said my name back at the Pinckney Mansion site too. And it said Saint Nick the other night, the night before Christmas Eve. So, we'll take it. If it says Sue, that's where I get very excited because a lot of times the Sue Howard Hardy story with the stillborn child, I get that mixed up and I call her Susan, and she says Sue, correcting me all the time.
Oh, wow.
And I do it often, and it's not on purpose, it's just a habit because I tell the same story. So anyway, she goes down to Planters Hotel, gets a job, but she wants to come back because she's still not happy. So she goes out to the second-story balcony to ponder about coming back to the church. So the priest sees this, he goes down to talk to her. Storm rolls in, lightning strikes the wrought iron banister that she's leaned on. Strikes her dead. I know, my stories usually end up abrupt. But they say you can see Nettie's ghost in Dock Street Theater from the knees up only. So from here up, that's it. Why? Because when we turned from Planters back to Dock Street, we raised that first floor ceiling. She's walking on the floor that she knows. It took a nerd like me to figure that out. Like, why am I seeing this short ghost and I can't see the bottom of her dress? Then they did the research and found out we raised that first floor ceiling by 1 foot. So, take that for what it is.
That's awesome.
Junius Booth is the other ghost you could see at Dock Street Theater, father of John Wilkes Booth, who shot Lincoln in a theater. And this is all added stuff that you guys didn't hear before. You probably should know these stories. But Junius Booth, when he was here for Dock Street Theater originally, that was the same time period that Edgar Allan Poe's mother was a child actress coming through town. If you don't know anything about Edgar Allan Poe's ties to Charleston, Annabelle Lee is buried half a mile from here at Unitarian Church in an unmarked grave. Why is it unmarked? Because her father did not want her to find, he did not want Edgar to find her. Now, her real name isn't Annabelle Lee. Of course, that's all made up in fiction. But the story is true. Now, the church, nor the Edgar Allan Poe Society that I've emailed several times, will confirm the story that she's buried here. But I have another tour guide friend that I've made that every time they pass that church, somebody will pass out at the gate. So, again, when it's telling the stories, it is what it is. Now, Edgar Allan Poe was stationed here on Sullivan's Island in the Navy under the name Edgar Perry. He didn't talk about his Navy times too often. So, we're going to investigate one last place with your devices. And this is a new story for me, and I'm still learning about it, so I don't have... It says, I am sorry.
That is our last one, maybe.
Yeah, this is our last location. I don't have a lot of detail, so I'm going to give you the gist of what I know. I'm not into pirates. I didn't even want to add this to my tour, but again, I had to change my route a little bit, just based on some laws happening here in Charleston. So, the Powder Magazine, which is the building across the street that you guys see across the line, it's our oldest government building in South Carolina. I still need to look that up. I think it's actually the oldest one in the colonies, on the eastern shores. Oldest government building. So, but I know for sure it's in South Carolina, the oldest one. 1713 is when that was built. It has 32-inch thick walls, 8 pillars around it that are 32 inches thick, and they all meet in the middle to another 32-inch thick pillar in the center of the building. Now, the inside is called a groin vaulted ceiling because obviously it's arched. It's pretty cool, actually. The roof that you see is filled with sand from 1712. It's still there. They did some repairs, I think in '93, and found the original sand there because sand doesn't degrade. That is also the cornerstone of where the Charlestown walls would have been. So it's furthest away from the water from Charlestown's original city. So if it were to get attacked, the blast would stay contained, would not destroy the walls or any surrounding buildings around it. That's why it's built the way that it is. It has been through 7 different wars. Keep in mind, and this is for the younger groups, so they didn't always have gunpowder in one place for the entire duration of war. They moved it. They shuffled it around. So that's why it's been in 7 different wars and it's never been attacked. So, take that for what it is. All 7 wars that it served in, the uniforms are inside. So it's pretty cool. It's a short little trip. If you guys haven't been there, it's like $5. I have a season pass for 9. Thanks, Groupon. They have a library of stuff that I can't find elsewhere. So that's why I have. I'm like, I'll pay $9 a year to get the books I can't find even on Amazon. So,
Yeah.
there's a pirate attached to this building, and I don't know why. I'm just going to be upfront and honest with you. But the story is of a female pirate. Her name was
She
Anne
was low on
Bonny.
powder.
She was what?
She was low on powder for the ship.
Apparently. Ooh, that's cold. Thanks, temperature.
It is something that's really cool.
Anne
Not the
Bonny.
cold.
So Anne Bonny was from Ireland, and she was married off from her father to a man named James. So she didn't want to be married, at least not to James. So she had an affair with another gentleman named John, but he went by Calico Jack. Calico Jack was a pirate. He had a ship. She wanted to be part of it. She just wanted the freedoms of it. So all the pirate movies that you guys see, let's get those out of your head. She wanted the freedoms that a pirate had, a male pirate. So she joined the ship by dressing up like a man. She got on the ship and she was part of the crew. Very small crew, I might add. When she's on the ship, she finds another woman doing the exact same thing that she's doing. Her name was Mary Read. Mary Read, the two became friends. So I don't even know where she's from. I don't have much history on Mary. So the ship gets taken down in, where was that? Jamaica? Roughly?
Jamaica or Barbados.
Yeah, one of those two. It's a Spanish country. It's taken. Everybody's tried and hung for piracy, except for the 2 females. They claimed to be pregnant. So their trial was on November 28th, 1720. 300 years and some odd days to the date. Okay, so the funny thing is I started telling the story on November 28th of this year, the exact 300th anniversary. And I've gotten terms. Now, my other investigations of walking through this place, I get nothing. I start investigating after telling the story. I get the name Anne. I get trial. I get 28. I get 84, which was the age that Anne Bonny lived to be, because her father bailed her out. He's from Ireland. He's pretty prominent. bails her out. She lives a long, happy life. Not much is known about her after that. Mary, however, stays in jail, dies a year later. I don't know anything about the pregnancies. I've gotten the terms "save my child" before. I've gotten 84 bottle. What else have I got here? Okay, everything related to Anne Bonny, the things I just told you. Now again, I'm meeting with a woman in January that hopefully will tell me a whole lot more and hopefully a connection to the Powder magazine. But the city of Charleston has this ghost, and they say that you can see her all over the place, but more prominently at the Powder magazine. I don't know why. That's what bothers me so much about this story. We're gonna go in and listen. You have questions already? So hopefully when we go over there, we're gonna get some EMF, hopefully. I haven't gotten much there. Little tidbits here and there, a little blip off the green. Hopefully we capture something with the thermal, and then the spirit boxes have been my most prominent so I can keep learning about this story. So yeah, you guys are helping me out with my research. So we're gonna go check out this Powder magazine. You guys parked nearby, didn't you?
Yeah, we're right there.
Okay.
We can give you a ride back to your car.
Oh, nice.
That's
Not
what I was
all of
hoping
you.
for. That's what I was hoping for.
True.
Just me.
And it just said they are. And then you are parked nearby.
Thanks. Please don't follow my car home.
So you guys already know that I at times would have things attached to me on my way home from the tours. I do have satchels on my person at this point that I carry with me nightly to make sure everything is grounded, everything is safe. I've only had one instance where somebody started getting a headache and couldn't make it, and that was just the other night, and I was really surprised. So it might be time to get these stones replaced. So just be careful. That's all I'll ask. Of course, I'm your point of contact in case something does happen after we part ways. So let's go listen in. Turn your spirit box up so you can hear what's going on.
I love this tree.
Just begs to be climbed.
I just have to touch it, like, because I can't climb it, obviously. It's amazing. So,
And a 15-year-old step, 45-year-old step.
yeah. Just imagine what it would have been like 30 years ago to climb this tree.
This thing has not moved. I know, since we got over here.
The entire time we've been here.
What do you mean?
Since we got over here.
Oh, over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not, no,
No.
not one thing.
All right.
I saw a few things further down, but I haven't. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
cobblestones. Oh, brick walkway.
I got you.
Can we ask if Mary and yes, were lesbians?
We need to ask if they were lovers.
They were lovers.
Let's go with website. Well, I know we might not go to that one. What was the first one's name? Something Bonnie?
And Bonnie.
Anne Bonnie, that's right.
And Mary Reed.
And Mary Reed.
For Queen Anne Bonny is what her official pirate title is called.
Awesome.
Just watching to see where that cop went. I see the lasers are out. He gets a little. He makes another round. But make sure those lasers go off. That's not what I'm watching.
Do we know if Mary would be here, right? Because she died here. Is this where she died?
Yeah, I get, but it's Bonnie's. Wait, no, it'd be Mary's ghost, right?
I don't know. That's what I kind of wanted to ask.
Yeah. Nick. So if regarding the story you told with Anne and Mary, it would be Mary that we would potentially be talking to, right?
More or
She
less
died around
Anne.
here? Oh, Anne.
So we don't know. Like that was down in Jamaica. So again, it's Anne Bonny's ghost because she came back here.
Yeah, Mary did.
Oh, okay, missed
Right,
that part.
right,
bailed
right,
out.
right.
Mary did.
I
She
probably
came
didn't
back.
say it all the way
Okay.
through because again,
That's
I'm
right,
still
yeah.
learning it.
So Mary died in jail somewhere
So right,
in Jamaica.
yeah,
And then, okay. So
But
when you said
Anne-
Ireland, Anne came back here. Her dad was,
right. So
Okay.
Anne would have made a few stops here, but then my understanding, she ended up in Virginia where she lived out the rest of her days. So again, Charleston was a love of hers. So
Yeah.
again, I'm trying to find out what the connection is. I was just telling. There's
Chloe or Neil?
Neil. I was just telling Neil because he was trying to give me books. I'm like, that one only has a chapter about her. I just had 3 show up at my doorstep a few days ago. I'm taking them with me on vacation. Hopefully I can find more connections for when I get back. But again, I'm still learning. So when I have to add something like this to my tour on a whim, like,
Yeah.
it's a scramble for research and just reading,
Sure.
and trying to find out where
And
the
especially female pirates, there's gonna be even
Whoa,
less
whoa,
information
whoa,
about
whoa,
women.
Whoa. What is that? Oh, that's Neil. Okay, or Simon. Never mind. That's Simon. I was
Yeah.
like,
Red,
dude,
orange, and
they're
yellow?
red, orange, or yellow. I'm like, what is moving over there? Wait a minute, I know that's not a. I was like, wait, no, it wasn't anything we were looking for. But
So
I'm like,
where
what
do
the
you
hell?
go to vacation?
So, my wife is not allowing me to take my gear to this one because this vacation is a family theme park vacation. I'm
Oh.
allowed to take books to research on downtime, but as far as gear, like we're not stopping at anywhere haunted. We're going to Universal. That was my daughter's.
Wish.
Totally not there.
Yeah.
But I normally like we go to Pennsylvania to visit my in-laws, and I drag them all over the state.
Oh, I bet.
I just got back from the Flight 93 Memorial.
Oh God, was that Tony creepy?
You have to remember, when I go to these places, I'm a tourist just like you. So the spirit box is running in my pocket. I listen to it later. Thermal imaging cameras out of a cargo pocket with the camera just hanging out. That is in my pocket so I can check it from time to time. And then this is just running on my hip. So I have all of this stuff going. And I'm still reading the panels and going through the motion like an old tourist. And I just review it all later.
Okay.
So, but I was telling. I'm gonna get names. No.
Not a whole lot. Not really a whole lot of that.
So we were talking about Anna Mary. We're talking about how they're probably lovers. Neil asked Rebecca, Rebecca said, how long were you together? And they said 3 years on the thing. And so I'm trying to get them to talk more, but then on his thing it came up, find her. So we're like, are they telling us to find her? Or are they trying to unite their spirits in death?
Both there.
this to you,
Why
Ann?
did you come to Powder Magazine?
And it's safe to talk about. We're in a different time.
Oh, we're all gay here. It's okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right after you said that, this lit up.
And it's all safe. We're all family.
We don't know what that means.
We're all like you in some way.
What did I asked if she
How long?
Mary were in love.
So, and I was asking about what their relationship was. Tell me about your relationship.
Well, and then she said it's safe to talk about that now, and it's actually.
You got something?
And it's safe to talk about your relationship with Mary in the States.
Yeah, we got that over there.
Why did you come to the Powder Magazine?
See it?
And when you did?
We can use that as a piece of communication too. So, Ann or Mary, if one of you is here, make this box go all the way to red. That's my thumb. Okay, so
Okay.
make this box go all the way to red. All you gotta do is get close to it. It'll light up red for us.
To the box. I think chick pirates are awesome. Pirates are
It does
cool.
say attack.
What did you get?
Why did
Attack?
you come to Charleston? Attack.
The Powder Magazine.
Were you getting more resources?
Still somewhat of a rhythm. Because it's blipping twice for orange and then waiting like 20, 30 seconds.
Probably shouldn't vape in front of the camera.
It's okay.
Ann or Mary, if you're
It's
hanging
not
out with
catching
us,
it.
make this box right here go to red. She's got to get close to it. See how it's blipping twice? That's a rhythm coming from somewhere. That's something man-made. It's exciting,
Yeah.
but you have to wait it out to see
Yeah.
what it's doing. Oh, I got the word phantom. That's great.
Oh, Mary or Ann, are you a phantom right here? You can come closer to this box. It won't hurt you. It will just tell us that you're here. Hey, when we were talking, did anything pop up?
Well, that, here,
Because did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Is it attack an answer to?
Yeah.
I don't think ghosts like me. I'm sorry, am I too eager? Is that what it is?
Powder magazine.
wasn't you.
Janie, if you are here,
It wasn't
can
you,
you
but
come closer to the box?
Sorry.
It won't hurt you.
Plug made him go away. That's when he walked over here to me.
Why do you want us to leave?
I'm sorry, Mary or
Yeah,
Ann.
stay with me.
Maybe they're upset with talking about business.
It might not be a direction to us. It might be that they tried to attack the thick walls and had to leave. So there's a story there. You just got to piece it together. Again, I'll have to listen to this guy.
Did you have to retreat?
See, so this app, if it was sitting in my living room, not a haunted location, it would still
Oh,
be
it's because the
recorded.
off button is there. I
Yeah.
see.
Because it's meant to be game groups. That's why the 80% bullshit. It's hard to decipher sometimes, but when something comes through that's inevitable, like if they were to say Mary and then Anne right
Are you
after,
looking at the
obviously
ground
that's
there where
something.
it's sort of changing? Or
No,
what? Or the wall behind?
no.
Shit, my game's still a pirate right now.
It's changing because I keep getting closer to them. Watch.
I just thought maybe you were picking something up. I couldn't tell.
Not yet. I did a while ago when you weren't talking.
But
No, it was. It might have been Andy having to retreat from.
Okay, so we don't know for sure.
right.
I just overheard it.
Yeah, I mean, I did get the word leave. It doesn't mean it's not a direction from us. Like you're telling us the story of what you did.
So walking in there, asked who he was to her, and I got just the word mine.
Like I got Mary coming through. There was speculation about the
Huh?
two of them being together.
Chloe was over there
No
asking
way. Yeah, there's no way
about
they
what their who was married
That
to
was
her,
the
and
last
he got the word mine.
Oh.
Oh, I love it.
Brendan and Bonnie, the Powder Magazine, Charleston.
Not on record. So I'll have to go through all of my textbooks now that I have them. See what I come up with. What am I missing? Thermal camera. Oh.
And you're thinking of Queen.
I'm standing behind you.
Yeah, right here.
All right, let's get
We
that
did
guy
a
stopped.
ghost tour in Savannah too. We did a ghost tour in Savannah. We're apparently